Good morning, dear students. Dear students, we started Geography Chapter 2, that is the physical features of India, and we discussed that the physiographic divisions of India are divided into six. And children, we discussed about the Himalayan mountains, different ranges. After that, we discussed about the northern plains, how it is also divided into three sections, and uh, how they are divided on the basis of rivers. Fine. And we discussed the different variations, that there are variations in the relief features, and according to that northern plains are divided into four sections. Fine, children. Now we are going to start with the next topic, that is the peninsular plateau. Now, children, the peninsular plateau. Now, what do you mean by plateau? We have discussed that it's a tabletop. Fine, it's high from the surroundings but flat at the top. So, this peninsular plateau is old plateau. It has igneous rock, crystalline rocks, metamorphic rocks. Fine. And it was formed due to the breaking and drifting of Gondwana land. So we have discussed in the starting about the Gondwana land. So it is made out of that. Now this is a part of the oldest land mass, children. The plateau has a broad and shallow valleys, and it has rounded hills. Now the plateau is consists of two broad divisions, namely the Central Highlands, children, you can see in the map, and the other one is the Deccan Plateau. Fine. The part of Peninsular Plateau which is lying to the north of Narmada, covering a major area of Malwa Plateau, is known as the Central Highlands. So, in between the Narmada River is dividing both the plateaus. Here, Narmada River is not drawn perfectly; it is just a rough idea. So, above on the in the north of Narmada is the Central Highland, and towards the down, fine, is your Deccan Plateau. The Vindhya range, fine, is bounded by the Satpura range in the south, fine, and the Aravalis are at the northwest, fine. The further westward extension gradually merges with the sandy and rocky deserts of Rajasthan. So you can see that it is touching the Rajasthan as well. Fine. The flow of rivers draining this region. Now, what are the rivers? Different regions: Chambal, Sindh, Betwa, Ken. Fine. They are coming from the southwest to the northeast direction. Fine. So slope is like that only. And children, Central Highlands, they are wider in the west and they are narrower in the east. You can see in the map. Fine. The eastward extension of this plateau are locally known as Bundelkhand or Bhagelkhand. The eastward extension. Fine. Now the Chota Nagpur plateau marks the further eastward extension drained by Damodar River. So where you find a small arrow, that's your Chota Nagpur plateau. Now if we will talk about the this Deccan Plateau, you will find it's triangular in shape, fine, and it lies to the south of Narmada, fine. The Satpura range is a broad base in the north, and Mahadev and Kaimur hills and Michael range, they are towards the eastward extension, fine. The Deccan Plateau is higher in the west and slopes gently towards the east direction. Now, extension of this plateau you can also see in the northeast, fine, locally known as the Meghalaya Karbi Anglong Plateau or the North Chachar Hills. You can see the extension in the northeast. So, children, it is separated by a fault from the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Now, there are three prominent hills in the west to east. They are the Garo, Kasi, and Jaintia hills. Fine. Now, the next thing is there are Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats, which are marking the western and eastern edges of the Deccan Plateau respectively. Fine. Western Ghats runs parallel to the western coast and Eastern Ghat runs parallel to the eastern coast. Fine. Now Western Ghats, they are continuous and can be crossed only through passes. Fine. Western Ghats are higher than the Eastern Ghats. Their height is 900 to 1600 kilometers, whereas Eastern Ghats are just 600 meters. Fine. The Eastern Ghats, they stretch from Mahanadi Valley to the Nilgiris in the south. The Eastern Ghats, they are discontinuous, they are not regular, they are irregular, and they are dissected by rivers which are draining in the Bay of Bengal. The Western Ghats, they have a orographic rain by facing the rain bearing most winds to rise along the western slope of the Ghats. The Western Ghats are known by many local names. Height of Western Ghats is progressively increasing from north to south. Fine. Highest peaks, if you talk about of Western Ghats, you can see it's Anai Mudi, fine, and Doda Beta, fine. Then Mahendragiri is the highest peak in the Eastern Ghats. Sarvoi Hills, Javadi Hills, they are located to the southeast of the Eastern Ghats. One of the distinct feature of this peninsular plateau, children, is the black soil area known as the Decian Trap. Fine. This is a volcanic origin and the rocks here are igneous. Actually, these rocks, they were, denuded over time and they are responsible to make the black soil. The Aravali Hills lies on the western and northwestern margins of the peninsular plateau. Now, these are highly eroded hills and are found as broken hills, and they are extending from Gujarat to Delhi in the southwest and northwest direction. So children, this was all about the peninsular plateau. Fine. And after that, now in the next module we will discuss the Indian desert. Thank you and have a nice day.